Welcome back to Excel. This is a Mental Evolution podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Seth Rose. And today is episode 35, where we're going to be talking a little bit about breath rate and breathing practices. And in a couple of earlier episodes, we touched on things like resonance frequency breathing and the power of the breath. But today we're going to do an exercise. And I'll explain the exercise in full first, and then if you want to do it later, you can, or you can follow along with this episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a timer for 60 seconds, and you're going to be counting your breathing rate. And what I mean by that is every single time that you inhale and exhale, that's going to be 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, and so on. And you'll do this for a minute, and then you'll count your breath rate. And then after that, you're going to jot down what your breath rate was, and then you're going to switch to low and slow breathing. Now, you may have been taught deep diaphragmatic breathing before, and one of those two things is correct here. The diaphragmatic breathing part is, of course, what we want when we're shifting our breathing to be lower and slower. But the deep part is actually counterintuitive. We don't want to take these like massive deep breaths because then that tends to focus more breathing towards the chest. And we want to focus on just slowing down the breathing rate here as best as possible. You'll do that again, just lower and slower for another minute. And the goal here would be to get as close to 6 breaths per minute as possible. So that could be anywhere from 5 inhale, 5 exhale, 4 inhale, 6 exhale, whatever the ratio is. The goal really is just to lower that breathing rate down. So what we're going to do here is do this exercise, but cut in half. So everything you'll do is you'll just times it by 2. So the first one here for about 30 seconds, just go ahead and count your inhales and exhales starting now. And time. Jot that number down. And like I had mentioned before, you want to just focus on normal breathing there, and the inhale exhale would equal 1. So times that by 2. Now, if you got anywhere above 10 to about 16, that is a totally normal breath rate. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to shift to, and I'll give you the pace of 5 inhale, 5 exhale. You're not really focusing on deep breathing, like I said, but the cue here would be just lowering and slowing down the breath rate. And we'll start in 2, 1, go. And time. So hopefully there you should have probably gotten somewhere around maybe 3, or if you did slow it down on your own, even more so, less than that, or more than that. So the idea here again is just shifting that breath a little bit lower, a little bit slower, and this is going to help us calm the heart rate down, stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system just a little bit more, and then provide you with an opportunity to practice this even when you're just sitting behind your computer or like reading or anything like that. Or driving, you can just shift the breath rate a little bit slower to help train that type of breathing practice day in and day out. All right, thanks for sticking around, and feel free to try that exercise again, and giving it a little bit more time to it, or just reach out if you have any questions.